I refused to fix things with my mom after she freaked out when I asked her to be respectful at my wedding. I'm getting married in 2 months to the love of my life, Amy, and honestly, I thought my family would be happy for me. But things went completely sideways over one simple conversation. My stepdad, Rick, has always been kind of rough. He dropped out of school in 9th grade and drove trucks his whole life. He swears constantly, makes weird, inappropriate jokes, and just isn't really the kind of guy you bring to nice events. When my mom married him 15 years ago, I had to get used to hearing him talk about their sex life at the dinner table and making gross comments about random people on TV. I came out as a lesbian when I was 16. My mom and Rick were pretty chill about it. They basically just said, okay, so what, and moved on, which I appreciated at the time because at least they weren't kicking me out or anything. But here's the thing, Rick never even tried to stop making homophobic jokes after that. He'd see a woman on TV with short hair and make some comment about her looking like a man. When he'd introduce me to people, he'd say, this is my son Jake, my daughter Lisa, and my lesbian stepdaughter, like he had to announce it every single time. Or he'd make some slur about gay people and then immediately say, come on, it's funny, I'm just joking. My mom never said anything to stop him. Not once in 19 years did she ever tell him to watch his mouth around me or anyone else. She holds the same political views as him and has made plenty of her own ignorant comments over the years. Fast forward to now. I'm marrying Amy, and I'm also becoming a stepmom to her son Chris, who's 20. Chris is trans, and he's honestly one of the sweetest people I've ever met. He's an artist, super smart, just a really good kid. My mom and Rick have met Chris 3 times. On 2 of those times, they said horrible things about trans people either to his face or right in front of him when I wasn't in the room. After the last Christmas we spent together, Chris told me he never wants to see them again. He said he doesn't feel safe around people who talk about trans people like that. I completely understood and didn't blame him at all. So 3 months before my wedding, I decided I needed to have a serious talk with my mom and Rick. I spent weeks planning what to say. I sat them down and told them I love them and I know they support me, but I need them to please try to watch what they say at my wedding. I reminded them that I've asked them not to talk politics at family events before and they always ignore me. I explained that while I know they're good people, they have a habit of saying really hurtful things. They immediately denied it, so I gave them specific examples from the last year. I told them Chris doesn't feel safe around them because of what Rick said about trans people at Christmas. Rick looked genuinely upset and said maybe he shouldn't come to the reception. I told him I really wanted him there, I just needed him to be civil to everyone at my very queer wedding. We all hugged at the end and I thought everything was okay. 2 hours later, my phone exploded with texts from my mom. She was accusing me of attacking them and calling them unsafe people. She said I betrayed them and that I must be talking badly about them behind their backs. I apologized if I hurt their feelings but stood by what I said. I just wanted them to be respectful for one day. Then my mom didn't speak to me for 3 weeks. Finally, she texted asking if I had some tool of theirs and could she come get it. When she showed up, she made me go to my garage and close the door. Then she completely went off on me. She told me Rick never wants to see or speak to me again, that I'm not welcome in their home anymore, that she's disgusted with me. She said I've become classist and prejudiced against them even though we're literally in the same tax bracket. She kept saying I showed them what I really think about them and that they're both extremely angry. I waited a week and texted her again. I said I didn't understand why they were so mad at me. I had a reasonable request and they decided to make me the villain. I told her that not being a bad person doesn't excuse bad behavior. I said exactly what I think of them. They're good people who say horrible things and I'm not sure our relationship can be fixed. My mom backed off a little and said she does want to come to the ceremony and maybe we could try family therapy after my honeymoon. But the way she was texting, I could tell she wanted me to beg her to come to my wedding. Instead, I just told her I never uninvited her and I'd be happy to see her RSVP. The RSVP deadline was 2 weeks ago. My mom never responded. I haven't heard from her in a month and I have no idea if she's going to show up to my wedding or not. At this point, I don't even care about fixing things with her anymore.